Hello, and today I'll be taking you through a step-by-step exercise on how I like to use the rice bucket for my forearm workouts. For starters, you're going to want to go ahead and put your hands into the rice and grasp it, and then you're going to want to turn your wrists and forearms into either a right to left or a left to right motion. This way it kind of gives you a good grasp and feel of how the rice is going to feel on your hands and determine on how you want to position them in order to get the most out of this workout. Another bit of information is me personally, I like to have the rice towards the top so you don't have to lean over as much to get your hands into it. For this next exercise, you're going to want to have your hands in almost like an arrow kind of motion, slightly put them a few inches within the rice, and then raise nothing but your fingers out as if you were trying to open your hand up into the rice. This will give you a really good burn and pump in your forearms, and not to mention it helps build muscle. In my opinion, if you're that kind of person who just really likes to push to failure, trust me, this is the exact kind of motion you're going to be looking for. Okay, and as you can see, finishing up here, and with this next one, you're going to want to place your fist into the rice. You want to ball your fist up and just place it on the top, and just kind of rotate your fist in either, again, right to left or left to right motion. And you're basically trying to drill a hole into the rice and kind of move your arms in as deep as possible. And of course, once you go as deep as you can, you simply pull your arms back out and go right back at it again. And also, when it comes to the rice bucket, I know people can either do them in reps or they just push to failure. Me personally, when it comes to the rice bucket, I feel like pushing to failure gives you the better benefit because it builds up that good stamina, endurance, and longevity in your forearms, so that way they don't burn out as quick. Just give myself a second here, because honestly, the rice bucket will give you a good burn. Another way you can do it, like I'm showing you here, you don't have to use both your hands at the same time. You can alternate between both or just one hand at a time. And this way, I do find it as a good benefactor, because that way it gives your other hand time to rest up. So that way, in case you just want to see how it feels to do one at a time versus using them both at the same time. Also, kind of switch it up a bit so that way you don't get too bored doing it. And also in this next clip, as you can see, from doing it for a few minutes, I do have a slightly good pump in my forearms, a bit more definition, and going right back to it. So with this one, again, I'm basically showing you the same standard exercises I was doing earlier, but with this one now, you're basically going to want to have your hands in almost like a pointing motion, and then again, just drilling them right to left or either left to right, and trying to get down as deep as you can. One of the main things you're going to want to try to look for while doing this exercise is trying to feel which hand formation and which direction you turn your arms will give you the better burn, or you feel the most effective pump from it. The good thing with the rice bucket exercise is that there's no real way to do it, in my opinion. You can basically freestyle with it and find out whichever kind of form works for you. And another way you can do it, again, also just grasp the rice and just really move your forearms as well as your wrists in that motion to get a good rotation going, especially when you can feel the burn. This way, it actually allows you to work different muscles inside of your forearms to actually build better strength and longevity. And again, as you can see, as I'm doing with this one, I am alternating arms so I don't burn out both of them at the same time. And as you can see, just kind of giving myself an overall break, and then going back to the same one with using both arms and just really working your way into the rice. Me personally, I prefer to use a 5-gallon bucket. You can basically get them almost anywhere. I personally am using a Harbor Freight 5-gallon bucket because they're pretty good quality. And when it comes to the rice, honestly, I just got this from Dollar General. You can basically get them by the pound for like less than $10. Not to mention, it also helps to get really cheap rice that comes in big bags, because you can fill up the bucket really quickly without trying to break the bank by just doing this good at-home workout. And as you can see, just giving my hands a bit of a breather there again and going right back to it. Again, you're going to want to work that right to left motion or left to right. And with this way, again, doing this over time helps build more muscle into the arms. Also, as a heads up, I will be doing a test on how effective the rice bucket can be by purchasing a grip tester to see just how strong my grip strength is before doing the rice bucket exercise. And I will be doing a tester after. And as you can see, this is the final pump. Pretty good size, pretty good strength from doing it for about 5 minutes now. And yeah, that's the workout. See ya.